Well, this is potentially the end of an era. We have had an offer from Leeds United. I've done the interview. I told them that I'd like to leave at the end of the season, and the contract offer is on the table. Let's see if they're going to stick up to their end of the bargain. Hit like and subscribe, and let's see what the future holds. What's up guys, I'm ChasingLamely and welcome to episode number 38 of Sunderland Till I'm Sacked. Before we get into the contract offer, I'll just give you an update of where we are with the club because that feels like a good plan, and I think actually we'll start with the league table. So we're currently sitting 18th in the Premier League, 2 points behind Brighton and West Ham, 3 behind Leeds and Southampton, and Leeds have an offer on the table. The games you've missed, by the way, I think I showed them in Saturday's episode, but there was a 4-2 loss to Everton in which Tatum, Mengi and Jack Clark scored, and a 4-1 win against Burnley in which Sanderson, Miller, Mengi and Garcia scored. And it's weird to think this could be the last time I ever say those names. Like I said, I asked the board when I interviewed for the Leeds job. It's a good start. Can't remember the name of the club. I told Andrea Ratrizzani that I would like to join at the end of the season. Hopefully he's going to agree to my terms. He has agreed to the terms, end of season, which is beautiful. That means that we're going to change how we do this episode ever so slightly. It's a 2-year deal. I'm going to ask him for 4. The wage is fantastic. There was 7 million to spend on offer, but I feel like we can probably get more out of them. Is it going to let me ask for more? It's not. Let's see what we can do. I think we'll be okay. Let's suggest those terms. They only want to go 2 years. Can we go to 3? No. Okay, they're offering us a 2-year deal, but we'll join at the end of the season. So we are going to finish this season with Sunderland. That's really nice to know because that means I can plan to get us out of the Premier League relegation zone and take things forward. I was going to play the Brighton game today, but it just so happens there's something a little bit tastier on the horizon because we play Leeds next after Brighton. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish this episode out with the Leeds game and then we'll carry on as normal for the rest of the season, ready to go to Elland Road and build what will hopefully be an empire. So stick around. So we've arrived at the big day of our game against Leeds. We've confirmed we're going to join them. Big shout, by the way, to Andy in the comments for his counsel on Saturday's video. He's a Sunderland fan, but he did reason that there's probably more chance to win trophies at Leeds. I'm still sad to be leaving Sunderland, but at least we get to finish the season with them and hopefully get out of the relegation mire. Unfortunately, we just drew the Brighton game 1-1 with a goal from Diego Garcia kind of being rubbed out immediately by Dominic Solanke's goal, and we just couldn't get back into the game. It wasn't happening for us, unfortunately, so that was 2 points dropped really, and that's cost us because now Brighton have moved slightly out of our reach. However, there has been some transfer news as well. So we're not allowed to make any transfers anymore because we've agreed to leave. The board have decided we can't. But they have confirmed a signing I initiated, which was Marco Sala. He is coming from Benevento in Italy. He has cost £575,000, and I think this lad's a bargain, especially when you look at him in comparison to the rest of the left-backs in the squad. Apparently, Jake Clark-Salter is currently the best left-back in the squad, although I know I just chose that one. I'd be inclined to disagree, but Salah's going to start at left wing back today as well, which is definitely something he does better than anyone else in the squad, which means I've had to deregister Denver Hume, which is a bit of a sad moment. There's also been a bit of movement out in that Fabian Moroshek has gone to join Reading for 32,000, but that's a pretty solid deal. Anyway, let's get into the game. Let's see what our new Leeds side looks like, and let's just see what we can make happen. So starting today is going to be Bettinelli in goal, Mengi, Hector and Williams at the back, Marcello at right wing back with Salah starting for the first time at left wing back, Comesania and Pajot start in the middle because Jake, what's his name? Jake Doyle Hayes is, oh I forgot that, I've literally just managed a game with a minute. Jake Doyle Hayes picked up a knock in the last game, Garcia starts as the attacking midfielder, Jones and Miller up top, Shashwa, Sanderson, Clark, Richards, Bernard, Williams and Soldano are the bench. and I've just had a quick shufty at the Leeds squad. It's a 4-3-3, and that's interesting to know they're using a 4-3-3. Calvin Phillips looks like he is developing quite nicely. I hope he's still there when I get there at the end of the season, because we can use him and build around him. Jamie Shackleton looks like a young lad that's come through the youth team. He's made 100 appearances, and he looks quite tasty as well. I don't know anything about Felipe Suarez, but, you know, he looks okay as well. He's played 50 times for the club. Bunch of interesting players. Tyler Roberts playing up top. I'll probably use him as a winger when I get there, because I think that's probably what he does best. Joe Gelhardt, a youngster. He's okay. He might have some potential, but again, probably a winger. And Augustin Ursi, again, probably a winger. I can see why they're having issues, because they've got wingers everywhere. Of course, Diego Clemente is still at centre-half for Leeds as well. So he'll be an interesting player for us to use, but we'll have a proper look at their squad when we get there. Let's just get into this game now and see if we can pick up a win and hopefully not upset the Leeds fans too much, because we need the points. Into the dressing room, we could move away from the relegation zone with a win here, go out and impress me. That feels strong. Let's see if we can get that done. Ilian Meslier has been almost unbeatable in goal for Leeds recently. How do you solve the problem of getting past him? Every goalkeeper, even the great ones, has a weakness. Well, it's a bad thing to say about your new player. Marcus Bettinelli has caught the air in recent matches. How important will he be here today? We hope he'll keep the form going. We'll be keeping an eye on Bettinelli. He might come with us to Leeds. I'm taking most of the coaching staff with me, but Bettinelli might be in the frame to come with us to Leeds, even if just as a backup keeper, because we know him and we trust him. Throw in with Salah. It's our first highlight of the game. He goes really deep looking for Miller. Garcia gets a pop. Jones has another opportunity. Salah can get the ball back to Pajot. Plays it into Jones. To Santi. Ball gets taken away. Shackleton plays it to Urtzi. And that's found Tyler Roberts. And Tyler Roberts goes on an attack now. And Mengi with a really good last-ditch tackle there to prevent the opportunity from unfolding any further. But a corner. Jones is going to be the guy taking it, plays it into the box, headed away by Derek Williams, and we're 1-0 up at Elland Road. And I can already feel some unhappiness coming from Yorkshire because that's happened. Talking of players I'm looking to bring with me, by the way, Jones and Mengi are on the list. Derek Williams isn't, but, you know, if his performances pick up towards the end of the season, he shows himself a Premier League player, who knows, maybe he's coming to Yorkshire as well. Throw in for Leeds. And as things stand, we are sitting in 16th and above Leeds. We may have made a huge mistake. We may be sending Leeds down, and that could be an issue. Garcia plays the ball forward, Miller nods it on, and Curtis Jones is through. Can he beat the last man? He's had a pop anyway. It's high, wide, and not at all handsome. And I'm starting to feel a bit worried about this, because you can see on your screen there, we do sit above Leeds, and that would put Leeds precariously close to relegation, and I don't want another season in the Championship if I can avoid it. Free kick for Leeds. Jedvai is the guy taking it to Phillips, back to Jedvai, and we need to really get closing down here. Urtzi has the ball. Urtzi coming through. Can he? Oh, it's been saved by Bettinelli, and I sort of feel allegiance is switching, and I don't like that. Bettinelli's done very well with the save. I need to focus on the task at hand of keeping Sunderland up. And that is half-time. We still have our 1-0 lead. We'll go into the dressing room and we'll tell the boys that we're pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. They look inspired and motivated. And we just need for this second half to just stay as it is. I don't want to do too much damage to Leeds. I don't want to demoralise them too much, because we do need them to stay up. Throw in for Leeds with Verba. To Roberts, heads down to Shackleton. Marcello gets in there and gets it away. Only inside Horente, but Pajot picks it up. Miller plays in Curtis Jones. And Curtis Jones, if he can just beat this last man, will be through. He's managed to find a way through, and Curtis Jones scores his 9th goal of the season. And that is 2-0, and we are flying very high. And I feel a bit Icarus-y right now, and I feel a bit queasy, because I do have this awful feeling this could spur a run of form from Leeds that would see them go down. I've left them with Mark Jackson, the under-23 manager, in charge till the rest of the season. He looks fairly respectable as a manager, but I don't know if he can keep them up. Leeds on the ball. Phillips puts the ball forward. Mengi, though, gets it clear. Santi heads it away, and Miller is on it. And can we make it 3-0? I've just made a bunch of subs as well. Miller, what can he do? He can't get the crossover, and Cott gets it away. as far as Salah, and Koch is going to have to go, otherwise I'm going to have to start pronouncing his name properly, and that's bad for YouTube. Jones plays the ball through to Pajot. Pajot denied by Mesler. The ball goes out. Bunch of subs. Click and Ulmer are coming on for Leeds, but we've got ourselves a corner. Shashua and Soldano stepping in. We're not going to see the corner. It might be for the best. Free kick for Leeds with Koch, and can he get the ball away? Or sorry, can we get the ball away? So I told you the allegiances, they've started switching. I was a Leeds fan as a kid, by the way. They were my big team. You know, when you're a kid, if you support a small team, you have a big team. Leeds were mine, and that's kind of driven this decision a little bit. Abdukar Kadir, he's going to have to go as well. I can't say his name. Santi puts the ball forward, and it's come to nothing. Throw in with Salah, and the ball's going deep looking for Mengi. Mengi heads it away. It's 3-0. And I can feel the hatred coming from the Elland Road stands. I'm going to feel a bit like Cloughie when I get there, aren't I? I always wanted to be Brian Clough, but I didn't want to do it quite this way. It's a great finish by Mengi, a great setup by Salah. Sanderson, by the way, has come on as a sub for Marcello as well. And the league table is looking fairly good for us, but it's not looking great as things stand for Leeds, because currently Brighton are leading against Liverpool, although West Brom are beating Newcastle, and Williams plays it short to Salah down the line for Miller. And if we make it 4-0 here, I may as well just change my plans entirely, change my name, change my address, change my face, and never be seen in Leeds. Luckily we haven't scored a fourth. I'm happy with 3-0. 3-0 is fine. We don't need to humiliate them. We just need to finish this game off. Leeds with a throw-in. It's going to be taken by Jedvai to Gehart. Williams, though, making the tackle. It's going to go down the line. Ball has found Miller, and Miller is pretty much clean through here. Will Miller finish? He hasn't. Luckily, he hasn't finished because Meslier was there for the save. And now Leeds on the attack with Verber. Verber heading forward, and we need to get a tackle in. And Santi has been the guy that makes the tackle. Good tackle from him. Managed not to get himself sent off as well. Verber will take the throw, and we're heading into the last 30 seconds of the game. Phillips to Verber. Verber on the run. Sanderson makes the tackle, and Dion Sanderson, I can't say enough about this guy. He's not even supposed to be good enough for the Championship, and he's doing well in the Premier League for us. And Sanderson again with the clearance finds Soldano up top. Soldano gets dispossessed and doesn't chase it down. That is 3-0. And boy, I've got some bridges to rebuild when I get to Elland Road. That was special. Nobody gave us a chance. I didn't want us to have a chance, if I'm completely honest. And we'll have a quick look at the league table when it appears, just so we can see what the situation we've left is. I will keep you updated on the Leeds situation as we complete this season as well. That result sees Sunderland climb out of the relegation zone. That must give you reason to be positive. I am pleased with that. Santi Comasania's got 6 yellow cards this season. Don't care. And we'll have a look at the table. So that has pushed us up to 16th. Leeds sits 17th on 16 points, on level terms with Southampton, who are only 1 goal worse off than Leeds. And this could have led to something very sticky going forward. So let's have a quick look, and we'll see where we're going to come back, because that screen should load up fairly quickly for us. And so we'll take a quick look at where we're coming back. I think we'll probably come back at the end of the window. We were originally aiming for the Villa game. I think we'll come back for Spurs instead, just to make sure there's a good gap of games in between. We'll come back for this Spurs game, because that kind of leads off nicely into the rest of the season, because we've got the Europa Conference coming up as well. The second knockout round is coming up. And from that Spurs game as well, a really tough run of games. Chelsea, United and Liverpool in the next 4 and 5 of those games are tough. Southampton should be okay, but it doesn't get much better from there on out either. So problems are afoot. Luckily we don't have to play Leeds again, which is probably a small mercy. We have got to play City twice at the back end of the season. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. In fact, while we're here, let's just have a very quick look at Leeds' schedule for between those games as well, because we'll, like I said, we'll keep you updated on both what the board come up with transfer window wise, and indeed what Leeds come up with, I guess, on the way through. They've got to play Newcastle in the 4th round. If they could win the FA Cup before I get there, that would be magical. Then they've got to play Spurs, Chelsea and Man United. That could leave them in a very, bad position because I suspect Southampton, just by process of elimination, probably don't have the worst run of games until we play them. I mean, they've got Villa, they've got Spurs as well, but then Newcastle, Fulham, Leeds. By the time we get to Leeds, they could be in real trouble. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll leave it there. Oh, magic. Right, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and you can find me on the social medias below. I'm on Insta, Twitter, and Patreon at ChasingLamely. There's a magic graphic going to appear there to remind you that you should be liking, subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications. Leave comments below as well. Let me know where you think we'll finish the season, where you think Leeds will finish the season. This is a good time for predictions. Are we going to be managing in the Championship next season? Are we going to be managing in the Premier League next season? It's all very much up in the air. But in the meantime, guys, I've been Chasing Lamely, and thank you very much for watching. I shall see you all very soon. Have a good one.